That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Family released a statement after Clark Atlanta University alumna was unalived in a California tragedy. Dr. Cameisha Denise Clark rose from a CAU graduate to become a college dean at Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology in Inglewood, California. Dang, bro. She was accomplished, bro. I mean, regardless, it's sad, like, right? It's a tragedy, but geez Louise, aeronautics, bro. Anytime I hear something like aeronautics or something, I'm like, man, like, that's so complex. The family of a Clark Atlanta University alumna who was unalived in a tragedy at a California college released a statement on Facebook on Friday. Dr. Cameisha Denise Clark rose from a CAU graduate to become a college dean at Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology in Inglewood, California. She was unalive. Her life ended on Monday after being allegedly on campus where she worked last Friday. Police called the shooting. Sorry. They called the incident an apparent, quote unquote, act of workplace violence. Another woman who was also injured in the shooting. Another woman was also injured in the incident. There we go. In the statement, the family called Dr. Clark a compassionate, loving, and fiercely loyal person. She brought warmth, laughter, and grace into our lives every day. Her presence was a gift, and the void left behind us is immeasurable. We are deeply grateful for the continued prayers, support, and outpouring of love. The family members continued in their statement. On Tuesday, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office formally charged a 40-year-old Jesse Figueroa. Hold on, let me look this up. Figueroa, but they hugged up that guy with unaliving, attempted unaliving, 2 counts related to possession by a felon, and more. This dude was a security officer? Am I tripping? Is this someone who's not a security officer? Officials said Fig worked for a company contracted to provide campus security. So a campus security officer, you hired a campus security officer who's a felon? Huh? His assignment is set for May 7th in Inglewood. Dr. Clark earned her bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees from Clark Atlanta University, where she recently celebrated for her professional accomplishments. CAU also honored Dr. Clark by creating a scholarship in her name, committing $10,000 to establish a fund. She will also be honored with the baccalaureate service at 10 a.m. on May 17th. Here's the full statement. It is with profound sadness that we share that Dr. Cameisha Denise Clark passed away on Monday afternoon, surrounded by her loving friends and family. We are beyond devastated. Cameisha's life was taken from us too soon in an act of senseless violence that no woman should ever have to endure. She was an amazing person who didn't deserve this. She was living her best life and doing the work she deserved. Now to go back to Sauce, his questions. He said, what's your favorite part of your job? The favorite part of my job, my day job, is that at the end of the day, it goes back to my passion that I had as a child. It goes back to my childlike passion and everything like that of like sports. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with sports. I knew like all the stats and stuff. And that was mainly because we had a lot of physical media back then. So I would read books, get sports books at the book fair. When we go to the grocery store, I go to the magazine aisle. I pick up some sports magazines and read them and stuff like that. I play mostly sports video games as a kid, played outside, played multiple sports growing up. So it's like sports was my thing. So to be in the world of covering sports and watching sports and writing about sports and, talking about sports in video format to pay my bills is pretty cool. Every job I think frustrates you at some point, but I think I can always fall back on like, this is way better than, what I'm saying, doing a random task for some money to pay my bills to keep the lights on. So I think that's my favorite part of the job. How long have I been streaming? In general, That's a good question. I think I just started this year. No, I started last year. I think my first stream was probably like last. It was during the WNBA finals, so I think that's like what, September, October. That's when I first streamed. So I've been doing it less than a year. Um, but I haven't really done it on a consistent basis until now. So 2 months ago, 60 days ago is when I really started, I guess, taking it seriously and streaming on a consistent basis. 60 days ago. So yeah. But back to this Cameisha thing. This is ridiculous, bro. I really wonder if the family's going to pursue any action against the university, because how do you employ university security from someone who is a felon? Like, as security, you have to have firearms on you and weapons on you, right? So it's like, how did this guy get hired in a position that requires you to hold those things with a record? I think the family has a good case there. I mean, I'm no lawyer, but I mean, just off top, seeing that it's crazy. Is this a Jesse guy, or is it just a random guy named Jesse? I think it's just a random guy named Jesse. But yeah, let me see. Security. Do you think I'll be able to find them somewhere? Oh, this is him right here. It's crazy, bro. So, but what happened though? What was it like a? Was it like a thing? He said, Sauce at 2 months and 4.7K subscribers. That's a good result. Keep going, man. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that for sure. No, for sure. Like I said, like, it's been a slow grind because I've been doing YouTube. I started doing YouTube seriously in the pandemic. So that was 2020. So it's been 5 years I've been doing YouTube seriously. But 3 years when I was at my last job, I barely had time to like do actual YouTube content that I was doing at the job before that, where I was like posting consistently the way I'm posting right now. That's how I was posting at my 2 jobs ago. So when I went to my last job, I had no time to do that. And so my growth slowed down for 3 years. But now it's picking back up, man, in the last few months. He said, keep going. I appreciate that. W positivity. But yeah, I want to see like, what was going on campus to have this back and forth with security, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? So this is from Fox 11, Los Angeles. Security guard charged with unaliving and the incident unaliving of Spartan college team. This was the dang dean, bro. That's crazy. A security guard is facing unaliving charges following a bing, bing, bing in Inglewood. Campus security guard Jesse Fig, 40, is accused of unaliving the college teen and injuring another employee. So he hit 2 employees. What was he doing? Fig is charged with felony count of unaliving, 1 felony of attempted unaliving, and 1 felony. So so what was going on? He was recently hired as a security guard on the campus. He said the victims were both women, and one dean at the college and the other a receptionist or an assistant. According to Butts, the 35-year-old dean was taken to the hospital in critical condition, possibly brain unalive, while the 37-year-old victim was injured but stable. The dean has since passed away. According to prosecutors, the name of the victims have not been released. What they're saying, Spartan College Inglewood campus president Chris Becker issued a statement on Saturday saying, "We are deeply saddened." Like, what happened? How does this happen? How does that happen? How does that happen? What was the security guard doing? What was there somebody who came on campus and posed a threat for the security guard to justify him doing that? Because that doesn't. No, he's done for, bro. And the charges is letting me know, like, oh, I don't rock with that, bro. Spartan College, Inglewood campus resident. We are deeply saddened and upset by what transpired. Our thoughts are with the 2 staff members who are in medical care and their families during the time. Counseling services and support are being arranged for students and staff in the coming days. Police swarmed the campus following the unaliving. Butts said a 9mm shell casing was found at the scene and noted that the DNA or fingerprint evidence may be present on it. Fig was contacted and detained by the Los Angeles Police Department officers. Authorities said the firearm was found in his vehicle. We still don't know how that happened, though. I'm gonna go back to Sauce real quick. He said, "Do you have TikTok?" I do not have TikTok. I do not have TikTok. At first, it started as an act of rebellion not to get TikTok during the pandemic because I was like, "Oh, I ain't gonna do that." And then when TikTok became like the method for content creators to kind of like grow quicker because shorter form content just grows quicker and stuff like that, I didn't do it because they were talking about TikTok was going to go away. So I didn't do it. And it didn't go away. He said, I'll follow your IG right now. I appreciate that. I haven't been on Instagram in like a year. So probably a few of these things might be my own induced thing. But like I don't promote my channel. I don't post it. I don't share it with my friends or family. Like I just started posting a couple videos from my channel like in the past year. But people already found out about my YouTube by then, of people that I knew. Because I wanted the support to be genuine and real. And I felt like strangers who have an interest in the stuff that I'm talking about would support me more than like my friends who are just watching because they're my friends. But yeah. I still don't know how this happened, bro. Like, what is the story? What happened? Like, so he did it intentionally, but was he doing this intentionally or like? I don't get it. Let me see if I can find another story on this because this doesn't make any sense. Spartan College. Inglewood. What is the thing going on, man? What is going on here? Like he just spazzed. Security guard charged. All right, this from the LA Times. College dean described as radiant, joyful. Security guard charged. Nathan Solis wrote this. The security guard usually arrives at Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology to the sound of planes roaring overhead. He began his shift later in the day at campus near the Los Angeles International Airport, according to students, and wore a blue collared shirt as a part of his uniform. But on Friday, the guard, later identified as 40-year-old Jesse Fig, was also allegedly armed with a handgun that he used to two women, one of them fatally. Hold on. So he just did this or at an administrative building, inside of administrative building. So what happened? Was there an argument? He just did it? Fig fled the scene into his car and was taken into custody later. She was 35 years old, bro. She was the dean at 35. She had a doctorate, everything like that. But Clark arrived in California several years ago to further her career. Jeez Louise, man. Cameisha was passionate, fiery, an alumni spotlight post on social media. Dang, they just shouted her out, bro. That's crazy. March 5th. She's recently appointed. Yeah, people saying rest in peace now. Where she finds joy at an HBCU. She was recently appointed as the Dean of Student Affairs at Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology, where she finds joy in supporting student success. Her dissertation explored gender differences in the use and effectiveness of adaptive learning in gateway math courses at an HBCU, where she had the privilege of Dr. Daniel T. serving as her dissertation chair, reinforcing the passion for innovation and education. All right. Okay. Authorities confirmed Fig worked as security guard for a third-party company at Inglewood campus, but have not released a possible motive. So this is just a Inglewood Mayor James Butt called the episode an act of workplace violence and not a random shooting. incident. Excuse me. Spartan College campus is cooperating. There's little indication from the what? It's really tragic. A student who identified himself only as Hector from a sidewalk outside of the administrative building. Since the incident, security has increased. Why would you increase? Isn't security the reason why this happened? You know, I don't know. I don't know, man. This is dumb, bro. He was convicted of robbery in 2007. So you guys hired security, a job where you need weapons, from a convicted felon. Do you have your personal website? Yeah, my personal website is just my name, rashadmilligan.com. But nothing's on it. It's really like a portfolio for real, just showcasing a lot of my older work. That's all that's on it. I think I might need to do some more with it later on, but right now that's just what it is. Let me see, bro. Where was I going with this? Oh, I wanted to see Cameisha. If there was anything of Cameisha on the YouTube. Cameisha Clark. Let me see. Give me a second here. But it's like, bro, what? Like, that's crazy. That's insane, dude. Family remembers her. She just got promoted. It was a setup. This is 31 seconds. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, what is this, bro? I guess psycho security guard. Hey, that's me. All right. Okay. I guess that's just it. We'll find out more as we go. That's weird. That is weird. 100%. Next thing.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Yeah, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.